Keep showing up no matter what. This is Tracy with Tracy Talks, a podcast about life, looking at life from a new perspective to gain wisdom and understanding in hopes to know yourself more. This week I've been talking about ways to help manage intrusive energy. People and their energy that feels like it's a vampire. It sucks at your energy, it feels like it sucks at your soul, it sucks at your mood, and frankly that can just feel like it attaches onto us. Sometimes in those circumstances when we don't feel like we have the power to assert ourselves, or we don't feel like we have the ability to change the situation, a lot of times we will pull ourselves back. We will take ourselves out of the situation. And sometimes we can even hide and avoid those types of people and situations that we know is going to impact us. Sometimes it's really necessary to step away. But then other times, we really have to show up in those moments and be who we are no matter what. We have to continue to assert ourselves out into the world. We have to believe that our voice matters. We have to believe that our voice is important. I know when I have been in those circumstances when somebody's energy feels like it's overtaking me, and it feels like getting lost in that energy. There is a natural feeling to just pull back and let somebody take over. Let somebody push you out. But those are really the times when we are here to either say internally or externally, no, I'm supposed to be here. I can speak my truth. I can be present in this moment. I have just as much right to be here as you do. And I'm not going to sit back and let you take over the conversation, take over the experience, take over everything. I'm not going to run away and hide from this. There's a balancing act that we learn. Sometimes the appropriate way is to retreat, gather ourselves together, regroup, figure out if this is what you really want, if this path is really what you want. But other times, people and circumstances show up on our path, and it's giving us the opportunity to find our voice. And I really do think that people and experiences show up in our path for an important purpose. There are people who would rather retreat at the sign of any type of conflict or confrontation because it can be terrifying to speak your truth, to put yourself out there, to show the world who you are. The more you communicate who you are and what you need and what you want, the easier it gets. The more you stand up and use your voice, the easier it gets. The more you show up to the uncomfortable situation, to the uncomfortable event, to the scary relationship, every time you show up, it gets easier. When I have people and situations that can continue to cycle back around, it's like, here we go again. I guess I'm needing to learn this today. Or I thought I learned this already. How many times is this going to keep showing up? But learning isn't just a one-way street, that we all have our own lessons that we're here. We all have something we're here to learn, but so does that other person. And a lot of times we automatically assume we know what they're thinking and feeling, and we don't, unless we ask, unless we open up the conversation, unless we risk opening up ourselves. There are many ways to manage your energy by creating barriers and shields and pulling your energy in and pushing it out. So there's many ways that we can try to manage how we feel. A lot of times we feel things because we don't communicate in those moments, or we don't assert ourselves, or we don't tell somebody how we feel. And the easy way to rectify that or to resolve it is to try to do some visualization and change the situation. If we could just say, when you said this, it made me feel this. If we can just communicate in the moment, then we don't have to do so many of these rituals and try to manage our energy and how we feel after the fact, when we're at home and in a safe space. When your voice gets stronger, it gets easier to express how you feel. You express it with more confidence, with more clarity. I have gained so much wisdom as I age. Now I can look at a situation and determine if this is one of those where I need to have a conversation, I need to express how I feel, and I can look at a situation and determine when it doesn't matter. It's not going to matter to that person if I express how I feel. It's not going to change the situation. It's not going to change anything. And that comes with age and wisdom and understanding and learning who you are and what you need. So much of indecisiveness, so much of the time, we really don't know what it is we truly want and what we truly need. We get ourselves into circumstances and situations, relationships, careers, and roles because we don't really know what it is we want. I can name several situations that I ended up in my life that I chose because I thought it was what I wanted. Once I got into the actual situation, I realized it wasn't for me. And instead of doing a lot of practices where I'm protecting my energy, where I'm trying to prepare myself, I walked away. I left it. That is one of the easiest ways to protect your energy as well. Recognizing when something isn't for you and simply choosing you and choosing to walk away. I hope you got some good tips this week on how to help maintain your energy levels. It's always good to spend time. If you want to use visualization as a practice, it's one of those tools. The more you practice it, the easier it gets. And there really is no one-size-fits-all recipe in life. It's important to know yourself and know what you want. And this really is a playground that you get to choose. You get to decide who you are and what you need, how you respond, what you do. You get to decide every single day. Thank you for listening to this podcast of Tracy Talks. Please like and share with others who would enjoy listening to this podcast. And until next time, we meet again.